Labubu and the Moonlight Party. Once upon a time, in the heart of a forest where tall trees touch the sky, lived a funny little creature named Labubu. He was small but full of energy, with big, curious eyes and ears that wiggled whenever he got excited. Everyone in the forest knew Labubu, because wherever he went, laughter and happiness followed. One evening, as the golden sun dipped behind the mountains, Labubu looked up at the sky. Slowly, the silver moon rose, round and glowing. Its light spilled across the forest, making the leaves shimmer like diamonds. Labubu gasped in wonder. "Wow! The moon looks so beautiful tonight. This is too special to keep to myself. I should share it with everyone." Then a brilliant idea popped into his head. "I'll throw a moonlight party. We'll celebrate under the glowing moon and make tonight unforgettable." Labubu wasted no time. He hopped down the path, calling out to his friends. First, he found Bunny the rabbit nibbling on some clover. "Bunny, Bunny," Labubu shouted with excitement. "Come to my moonlight party tonight. There will be music, dancing, and games under the glowing moon." Bunny twitched her nose and smiled. "A party? That sounds fun. I'll bring carrots to share." Next, Labubu hurried to find Dee the deer, who was drinking water by the stream. "Dee, you must join the moonlight party. The forest will shine and we'll all dance together." Dee raised her head gracefully and said, "That sounds magical, Labubu. I'll bring fresh berries for everyone." Then Labubu spotted Squeaky the squirrel climbing a tree. "Squeaky, don't miss the moonlight party." The squirrel's tail flicked with excitement. "A party? Count me in. I'll bring crunchy acorns." Finally, Labubu flew over to the tallest tree, where Oliver the owl rested. "Oliver, will you join us for the moonlight party?" The wise owl opened his eyes and hooted, "Hoo hoo! A party under the moon. I'll bring my deep voice to sing songs for everyone." Labubu clapped his hands with joy. "Perfect. This will be the best party the forest has ever seen." When night came, the forest looked like a magical kingdom. The moon shone brightly, lighting up every leaf and flower. Fireflies floated in the air, glowing like tiny lanterns. The animals gathered in the clearing, their eyes twinkling with excitement. Labubu stood in the middle and declared, "Welcome, everyone, to the Moonlight Party. Tonight, we celebrate friendship, joy, and the beauty of the moon." The party began with music. Oliver the owl sang a deep, soothing song, while the crickets played their chirping violins. Bunny tapped her feet, Dee twirled gracefully, and Squeaky clapped his paws to the rhythm. Labubu, of course, jumped and spun with his ears wiggling wildly, making everyone laugh. After dancing, it was time for food. Bunny shared sweet carrots, Dee brought baskets of fresh berries, and Squeaky laid out acorns for everyone. Labubu even found some honeycomb, sticky and golden, to make the feast extra delicious. As they ate, the animals chatted and laughed. The moon looked down from above, smiling at the happy scene. Then Labubu had another idea. "Let's play a game of moonlight hide-and-seek." The animals cheered. Bunny hopped behind a bush, Dee hid behind a tree, and Squeaky scampered up into the branches. Oliver just sat very still, blending into the shadows. Labubu covered his eyes and began to count. 1, 2, 3. When he opened them, he began searching. He found Bunny's twitching ears behind the bush, spotted Dee's antlers poking out from a tree, and heard Squeaky's giggles from the branches. But Oliver was clever. Labubu searched and searched until Oliver finally hooted, "Here I am," and everyone laughed. After the game, the animals gathered again. Labubu lay on the soft grass and looked up at the moon. "Isn't it amazing?" he sighed. "The moonlight makes everything feel magical." The others nodded. Bunny said, "I feel safe under the moon." Dee added, "It feels like the moon is a friend, watching over us." Oliver hooted softly. The moon reminds us that even in darkness there is always light. The animals grew quiet for a moment, listening to the gentle sounds of the forest. Then Labubu stood up and announced, "I think it's time for a moonlight dance finale." The crickets struck up a fast tune. Oliver sang a joyful melody, and all the animals danced together. They twirled, spun, and hopped, their shadows flickering across the forest floor. Fireflies circled above like tiny stars, making it look as if the sky had come down to dance with them. Labubu danced the hardest, his giggles echoing through the clearing. "Hee hee hee! This is the best night ever!" he shouted. The party went on until the moon started to sink, and the first light of dawn touched the sky. The animals, tired but happy, sat together in a circle. Labubu looked at his friends and said softly, "Thank you all for coming. Tonight we proved something important. When friends come together, even the darkest night becomes full of light." The animals cheered and hugged each other. Bunny yawned and said, "I can't wait for the next Moonlight Party." Squeaky squeaked, "Me too. Let's do it every full moon." Oliver hooted wisely, "And every time we gather, we'll remember that joy and friendship are the brightest lights of all." Labubu smiled, his ears wiggling happily. "Yes, the Moonlight Party will be our tradition." And so, from that night on, whenever the moon was full, the animals of the forest gathered with Labubu. They sang, danced, shared food, and celebrated under the glowing moon. The Moonlight Party became more than just fun. It became a reminder that no one in the forest was ever alone, because they had each other. And the moon, high in the sky, always smiled down, proud of the little creature who brought so much joy to his friends. The end.